Welcome, Senator Hinkins. You've been patient. Senate Bill 251, Life Coaching Requirements.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And this is not one of those bills that I normally carry, but I would just like to kind of get you up to speed of what's going on. There's a gentleman that lives in my Senate district down in Springville, Mapleton area. His name is Kevin Franke, and a lot of you have been watching this on the news. And he's not able to be here, and so he sent me a letter that I could hurry and read real quick and kind of give you an update of why this bill is being brought forward. He says, "My name is Kevin Franke, former husband of convicted child abuser Ruby Franke. I apologize that I could not be present to address you in person because I am instead supporting one of my children who is recovering from being brutalized at the hands of my former wife, Ruby, and the professional licensed therapist, Jody Hildebrand. Thank you to Senator Hinkins, who is reading my words to you and has been responsive from the moment I brought this issue of life coaching to his attention. What I am going to share with you today, I have learned from hard and painful experience. Please listen carefully and consider what I have to say. My children have been turned upside down and my marriage ended, my family destroyed, and my children tortured because of a dangerous mental health professional who believed that she could act outside the ethical bounds of her profession by labeling herself as a life coach. What is a life coach? It is an individual who sells coaching or advice to another and who claims to hold unique understandings and experience on how to live a better life. These individuals are almost always self-identified life experts. They often extend their self-identified expertise into a vast array of areas such as mental health, physical wellness, business success, human relationships, and addiction. Life coaches have created numerous titles for themselves, such as coach, guide, mentor, trainer, guru, and countless others. Despite the ending variations of titles and self-made certifications that attempt to convey some form of legitimacy and expertise, of all these individuals have things in common. None act under the purview of oversight of any professional body or board. Few receive any formal or accredited education for their training, and those who do routinely practice outside of that education. None are bound by any form of recognized standards of care or ethics, and none are accountable to any larger professional community or licensing board. These individuals are literally ghosts and are free to sell their supposed life expertise to anyone willing to purchase it. Numerous life coaches today are free to offer the same services provided by licensed mental health professionals but carry none of the responsibilities or care of or liabilities associated with that profession, nor do they suffer any consequences for effectively impersonating a licensed health professional. If I, an individual who, with no training or certification as a doctor, were to start private practice offering professional medical service, how long would I last before being arrested and punished for impersonating a doctor? Even if I clearly stated that I am not an actual doctor, it is sobering for me to think that Jody Hildebrand weren't a licensed mental health professional, and if she had not physically tortured my children, I would have little or no legal recourse today to seek justice against her for the emotional havoc that has wrecked my family. I personally have come to know many individuals in the state who have had their lives upended, their finances obliterated, their marriages destroyed, their families upheaved, and or their children emotionally terrorized because of the actions of a rogue life coach. And because of that lack of regulations, most of these individuals now find themselves unable to seek restitution or reparation for the harm that was done. Another way that life coaches commonly profit is by selling training, certifications, and or mentoring to other aspiring life coaches. These life coaches have no authority to certify anything. Those aspiring to become life coaches are willing to pay for these meaningless certifications because they are seeking their own influence and money. These individuals are promoting that is effectively a low-key Ponzi scheme, but with no ramifications. As an example of this, my former wife, Ruby, was among a group of individuals who paid Jody Hildebrand $10,000 to be trained as a certified mental health fitness trainer, a title that carries no weight or meaning in the profession mental health community. fabricating meaninglessly certifications to impress the uninformed and convey some false levels of authority, expertise, or qualifications is unethical and should be illegal. As a conservative, I understand why the idea of more regulations in business can be undesirable to many. However, until you find yourselves and those that you love on a sharp end of a spear held by dangerous individuals, do you realize and appreciate the need for solid protection? Well-founded and reasoned regulations is the protection that citizens need from being taken advantage of by my bad actors in this state. Our state promotes a friendly and trusting culture that emphasizes the value of personal growth and self-improvement. Because of that, individuals in the state are particularly vulnerable to these bad actors who take advantage of them as life coaches. I encourage the Utah legislature to protect the citizens of Utah by bringing law, transparency, and accountability to life coaches who have been taking advantage of loopholes in our professional licensing system. For too long, some of these coaches have been preying on vulnerable individuals in the state who need the help of legitimate licensed professionals. I encourage the legislature to listen to DOPL, to the victims of the rogue life coaches, and the concerned licensed mental health professionals who have been trying to raise awareness of this problem for many years. Empower the citizens of the state to protect themselves from these impersonating licensed health professionals. Create clear boundaries of practice that limit the type of services that life coaches can offer. Increase transparency and awareness. Stop the propagation of illegitimate certifications and training by those who have no authority to do so, and bring accountability and liability to a group of individuals who have been avoiding it far too long. I wholeheartedly support the creation of this bill and encourage you to support it too. I hope that that over the course in 2024, we can work together to create something that is sensible, practical, and that will make a real difference in the lives of Utahns. With sincere regards, Kevin W. Franke, PhD, PE. And that's the reason that I brought this to get it drafted. And so with that, I would be open to questions.